Well, good morning and welcome to the Breakers Stadium here on the Central Coast. Davey J here in commentary for this youth women's match, the second game of today. It is going to be a beauty. Joining me in commentary is Scotty Balsar. G'day, mate. How are you today?
Yeah, good morning, Dave. Yes, it's good to be here at the Breakers Stadium for the 2019 Waratah League finals.
It is going to be an absolute beauty. Only the second one today, a little bit cool, so the girls will have to warm up, but I reckon they'll leave it on the court big time for this one. In the other game, just over on court one at the moment, it is Norths up against the hometown Central Coast Crusaders. Winner of that one will go through to the grand final, and the winner of this one will join them. But this is going to be a very, very good one.
Absolutely, mate. So we've got the Newcastle Hunters who finished the minor premiers at the end of the regular season in first position. Taking on the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, who finished third in the regular season. So 1v3.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit lopsided though in the head-to-heads throughout the year. The Hunters had a couple of good wins there. Round 6, they beat them 59-49, and in July they beat them a little bit better, it would seem, 77-42 to set that up. So they're 2-0, and there's the tip-off.
Newcastle going inside early there to Kyra Evans.
Absolutely, Kyra Evans strong, averaging about 12 points this year throughout the season. Good strong player right in the middle there. Sea Eagles moving the ball around on the perimeter there, not much going on inside. Just rims out there for Josie Bullman from the Sea Eagles.
So the Hunters team seem to be a little bit bigger than the Sea Eagles, so the Sea Eagles have to dig in just like that.
Absolutely. Three of them there on the defensive end trying to stop that point. And they got the ball back. Well done. Good hustle from the Sea Eagles early. But a turnover there that just undoes all the good work that they did on the defensive end.
Rebound there by Emily Crampton. Finds the basket.
Nice strong bucket there from the Hunters. Takes them out to 4-zip thus far, but it is only early. Plenty of time to go. But it certainly started at a frenetic pace nice and early here on this sunny Saturday. Good cross-court pass there.
So the personal foul was assessed to number 6, Kate Ingham from Newcastle.
First one just hits the front of the lip there for Lauren Walker.
This is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Once again, the Hunters looking to go to their bigs.
Oh, Evans and one there. Very strong indeed. That height factor will play a whole heap of trouble for the Sea Eagles if they don't match up a little bit later. But yeah, they're going to have to play to their strengths there, and it looks like Hunter are going straight inside in each and every occasion.
And the foul was assessed to number 9, Lauren Walker. Evans hits the free throw. 7-1 here. Manly just need to settle into their offense. Shift the ball.
Yeah, plenty of ball movement by the Sea Eagles. They just haven't been able to make it stick at the moment. Nice good spin there.
Newcastle in the pressure defence early, and little hands foul there. Sneaky little hands foul coming in.
Almost picked a pocket on that occasion, but Hunter gets the ball there. Just quickly, we want to say g'day to our referees for this match, Abby Campbell, Jacob Brennan and Josh Burkhart as well. Always doing a great job, the referees in every game. Got their work cut out on a big day like this. Strong rebound there by the Hunters, Rachel McGinniskin.
Yeah, Rachel was actually the league MVP this year. Hails from the sunny town of Coffs Harbour, actually.
Oh, very nice.
The Seagulls struggling to find the basket early. Don't seem to be too much of an interior presence. The Hunters go back inside again.
Yeah, good strong double team down there. It does result in a foul though. I think that's what they're going to have to do, try and throw numbers at some of the tools from the Hunters throughout it. Interesting enough, Scotty, 17 associations represented at the finals weekend. That's massive, including the Coffs Harbour Suns as well. So it's a good spread of teams this year.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Right across the state. As far north, I think, as like Coffs Harbour and Tamworth.
Yep.
And then as far south as Wagga.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a great representation across the board, including the metropolitan teams as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see some of those teams evening out some of their powers from last year, maybe missing out some new players coming in, and it's fantastic to see. So it's going to be a massive, massive weekend right across the board here for Basketball New South Wales.
Yeah, it's a huge day here today. I think the last game tips off at 7 o'clock, so it'll be action-packed.
Oh, good strong drive there. Just doesn't result in the points for Hayley Fell. Didn't fall for her on that occasion. It was a good look, though.
And the Hunters going back into their strength. Can't find the basket there, McGinniskin. Lauren Walker brings it up and settles it down for the Sea Eagles.
The Hunters get the ball again there. Just another misfire in offense for the Sea Eagles. And a good basket as well to finish off on that break. Got the steal and went with the points. Emily Crampton doing well again this year, averaging about 18 points as well.
Yeah, Emily's another one, mate, that hails from Coffs Harbour.
Oh, moved down to sunny Newcastle to further their basketball career. We're good on them. Great to see that people are moving around in the pursuit of excellence in their sport. Skipped out to a 9-1 lead to the Hunters at the moment. Turnover there. Rachel McGinniston got caught again in that double team by the Sea Eagles. And just lobbed the ball over the baseline.
So the Sea Eagles have obviously done their homework, Dave, and with they're undersized, so they're double teaming on the post.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking to use their speed at the moment, it seems, to try and get that ball and on the defensive end and move the bigs of the Hunters around. But we'll see if that pays off, because they have been going pretty much through the middle to get their points over the last, at least the last few minutes, that's for sure.
Bianca Blades.
Oh, nice. A little bit more height and speed at the top of the key there. Drove it on the right hand, straight in for the basket. Takes it to 9-3, Hunters' way. Just under 5 minutes to go in this quarter.
Comes the double team again.
Outside again. Emily Crampton showing her class from the three-point line.
Again, the Hunters apply the pressure defence.
Oh, good bucket down low there from Antonia Henderson, one of the big scorers for the Sea Eagles this year. Good to see the coach hasn't gone to a timeout, even though the Sea Eagles are a little bit behind, a little bit frustrated in their offence. He's let them out there to run through, and it's starting to pay off. A couple of sneaky points there, bringing it a little bit closer.
Turnover there by the Hunters.
Yeah, wave of momentum might have just shifted a little bit towards the Sea Eagles. We'll see how this plays out in the next couple of plays. Loose on the left-hand layup there. Good drive though. Those holes are starting to open up in the defensive end for the Hunters. And big inside again of Rachel McGinniskin. Nice pivot move. Big boards, that always helps when you've got some tall timber there.
Oh. Evans. The personal foul's been assessed to the Hunters, number 15, Rachel McGinniston, holding on the rebound.
Yeah, a little bit of desperation there. Some people might be thinking, well, that's not her strength, but the shot clock was down to right on the wire. Didn't have much choice but to let that fly. Kara Evans. There's a jump ball there, good work, and the Sea Eagles get that one. On the baseline here. Just trailed by 7 now. Starting to make it a little bit closer, 3 fouls apiece with just over 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Felicity Henderson is not afraid to take it straight through the lane. A good rebound by Blades, gets them another shot. Oh, there we go, Antonia Henderson from the three-point arc. Starting to show a class from outside. They're starting to settle into the game now, the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, it seems the momentum has swung, Dave, and it's back on Manly's side, but turnover again. Turnover again. Bit of pressure there. That defence is starting to take its toll on the bigger Hunters, I think. They realise that they are in for a game. Timeout has been called by the Hunters there just to try and, shift that momentum. Has been a pretty good one. Now, Basketball New South Wales would like to thank their official partners, New South Wales Office of Sport, Spalding, Carney Sports Marketing, PCYC, Setter College, New South Wales, Sydney Kings, Sydney Uni Flames and Allied Couriers. It's always great to have great sponsors behind a broadcast and a weekend like this. But I tell you what, some really good ones. Have you got some games circled that you are super excited about throughout the weekend, mate? Yeah, look, I think the fact that we're at the Breakers Stadium and there's 3 Crusaders teams playing in the finals. I think you and I have got a call on the Champ Men's game tonight, which will be I'm led to believe it'll be standing room only in here tonight with the Champ Men taking on the Crusaders taking on the Maitland Mustangs. Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be a terrific game. I've got that one penciled in, Dave, with you to do. So yeah, absolutely. It's going to be huge. I don't think we're going to be able to even get anything out because it is going to tear the roof off. There's going to be a home court advantage to the Crusaders. It is going to be loud. It is going to be full on, and I'm very much looking forward to that one as well. Championship men coming up a little bit later on today, but right across the board, some fantastic action from our youth women's right through to Division 1 men's. It's so big, mate, that they've had to put some of the games at a different stadium. That's how big it is this weekend. Yeah, absolutely. You know, with the extension of the league and more teams wanting to play across the state, they've had to use Niagara Park this morning for our youth league men too and our Division 1 men. But they'll join us all back here tomorrow in the grand finals once they've all been decided. Yeah, absolutely. So big, you've had to fill 2 places. So if you're out and about and you're over at Niagara Park, hopefully you're going okay. Hunters get that ball back there off the offensive attack of the Sea Eagles. Just a bit of blocking there and loose balls. And now they've got it back in hand. It seems that they've refocused after that timeout. Excellent work by Lisa Mason calling that one, I think. Once again, the Hunters seem to be cleaning up everything on the glass down here with their size. You know, I'm sure Manly will address that they need to get on the glass a little bit more. Comes the double team. Good bucket. Backing in there, Rachel McGinniston. You've got to make those. A little rushed in the offense there, early on the shot clock, but they're trying to find their feet and trying to get themselves established. It's a double team again there, got those hands. Just wrenched the ball out, no foul call on that one, just goes over the baseline. Looks like the Hunters will get that again. Sub made there for the Sea Eagles, Zoe Miller coming off. And Lauren Walker back in. Once again, Evans on the glass. Keeping it alive for the, here comes the double team. Blocking foul there, called on the Sea Eagles there. Rachel McGinniston getting plenty of attention on the defensive end. They'll know they'll have been in a game, that's for sure. I think the instructions from Coach Radden there was to send it to the baseline, not back to the middle. Oh, cause of trouble. With a minute 29 to go, the Hunters still have the lead, 14-8.
Yeah, it's felt a little bit closer towards the second half of this first quarter there. But again, they've just got to open that little bit of a lead, a little bit of breathing space. Good drive again on that right hand, and just a little bit wayward off the glass. Couldn't get the rebound. Sea Eagles there.
Yeah, see, if the Sea Eagles can capitalise on those drives, Dave, they'll, they give up a bit in size, but what they give up in size, they've got in pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've been attacking their bigs off the dribble, but haven't been able to finish and around the basket.
Oh, good crossover dribble there.
Tough shot.
Good little rebound as well.
You know, as all these finals and semi-finals pan out, usually the first quarter's the really tight one where teams are a little bit nervous and, you know, playing in the final series and trying to find their way. So, you know, hopefully we'll see this game open up at some stage.
Big strong drive there. Plenty of bodies on that. No blocking or charging called there. Just took it to the rack. Evans again, strong right through the middle. Oh, just a bit of a drive there from the Seagulls going awry.
A little bit of a Hail Mary at the end there, just short of the rim.
Short of the rim. Well, it has. It is quarter time. It is 16-8 to the Hunters, just doubling the lead of the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Been a pretty good first quarter, that's for sure. Plenty of points being scored there. Kira Aarons has probably been the light there, probably leading the way at about 6 points, I'd imagine, for that. Ably supported by Rachel McGuinness as well, Emily Crampton. The three main scorers for the Newcastle Hunters doing their thing. Manly Warringah, a few points here, there and everywhere, not a great deal, but it's starting to see Antonia Henderson starting to find some room and really looking to use their speed there, the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, definitely, mate. So it's been a bit of an arm wrestle in that quarter. As I said, the first quarter's always like that. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more scoring action in this second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. As an old school basketballer, I love the defensive effort from both teams at the moment, and those turnovers really give you a hope in turning it around. Now, the official Spalding Waratah League game ball is now available. Spalding are the official ball partner to Basketball New South Wales. You can visit Basketball New South Wales online store at www.bnsw.com.au to purchase yours today.
Yeah, so just to recap the scorers there, Dave. She said Kyra Evans, she has 9.
9 points, yeah.
Emily Crampton has 5, and Rachel McGuinness has 2. So you weren't too far off.
Not too far off.
And for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, we have Antonia Henderson, as you said, with 5. Bianca Blades at 2, and Lauren Walker just with the single free throw.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be looking to Antonia Henderson to sort of continue her run there for the Seagulls to get him back. But the thing is, if the other players are able to start hitting their shots when they're open, they've had a few open looks as well. Bianca Blades at the top of the key there has definitely had a few looks there, plenty of room. If they start hitting those, all of a sudden that score comes a little bit tighter as well.
So we're just minutes, seconds away from the second quarter. It's a beautiful day outside, but we won't get to see too much of that today, Dave, I don't think.
Absolutely. If you're a gym rat like me, played basketball for most of your life, you love the smell of the floor, the parquetry, the sweat, everything involved in a big game like this is worth sitting inside for, so it's going to be good fun.
And second quarter action's away with the Hunters starting with the ball in possession. Once again, the cross-screen action there. And
more of the same at the moment there. Just a loose pass over the baseline from the Hunters, looking for those bigs. Interesting to see Rachel McKinnison getting a breather there for the Hunters. Had a big first quarter. Amelia Radavetta has come in there, offers some size there. Big solid presence in the middle there.
Tough shot.
Very tough shot there, but again, size is definitely a factor when driving into the middle for the Sea Eagles.
The other thing, Dave, right now, it's good to see a great support here for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Newcastle only just up the freeway, and I guess Manly are just down the freeway, I suppose. So, but it's great to see that there's all the mums and dads and grandmas and grandpas and siblings all here to support their teams today.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of people will be hanging around for most of the day as well, I think. And it's great to see some of the other clubs that have got games on in a little bit coming to watch some of the action as well. So it really is a good a family atmosphere here at Breakers Stadium. So if you're in the area, make sure you get down here and check it out. They've got basketball all day today. Or if you're over towards Niagara Park, go and check out some of the games there today as well. You won't be disappointed.
Definitely not, mate. There's going to be some red-hot games over there today as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, good point there from, that was Bianca Blades at the free throw line, gets the first one. Nice arc there, gets the second one as well. 16-10, still in favour of the Hunters.
Keeping the Seagulls in touch there with those 2 free throws.
Absolutely.
Manly have done a great job in the switching defence. They're switching all screens, they're switching all down screens, forcing Newcastle into the to shoot the open threes.
Good bounce pass there. Henderson finds that one. Well done to her again. That's another 2 points to Antonia Henderson. Starting to come good there. McGuinness comes back on again for the Hunters. That break wasn't a very long one. They certainly do need her experience and points.
Pressure there comes the double team.
And it's worked again. Another turnover. It's certainly working for the Seagulls at the moment.
Yeah, obviously Coach Rad Radden and his staff have done some scouting and worked out the plan to shut the bigs down.
Yeah, call to travel there. Ran into the tall timber. Felicity Henderson there. Felicity comes off and Zoe Miller returns to the court for the Sea Eagles. It's really tightened up at the beginning of this second quarter. They can hold with it through to half time. The Sea Eagles will like their chances, I think. Again, getting that hand in front, doing a good job on the defensive end. Nice block there, but again, good spot for a rebound.
Kyra Evans takes her tally to 11.
Oh, good steal there, picked the pocket. Emily Crampton, and one as well. Probably didn't need that, but that's okay.
Looks like Coach Rad Radden's wants to talk to his troops. He's calling a timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, clear run like that with 2 players there. Just not what it. That's what they call a coach killer, I think. One of those kind of things.
Absolutely, Dave. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a pretty decent head of hair at the moment, but I just saw a couple of greys sneak in after that one. But that's okay for Rad. I'm sure he'll get the Gresham 3000 out and fix it all up.
So Dave, did you know about the Active Kids voucher?
Active Kids voucher, I've heard about that. Tell us some more.
Yeah, so from the 1st of July, parents and guardians and carers can apply for the second Active Kids voucher, which is valued at $100. Originally, when the government released this, it was only 1 per child.
Yep.
But now they've released the second one. So as of the 1st of July, you can reapply on your Service New South Wales account and get yourself another Active Kids voucher, which can be used at any of our affiliated associations across New South Wales.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a great way to save families money there, going towards sports registration and those kind of things. Getting kids active, and if you've got another one, why not get them into basketball this summer? It's coming up to that summer league, so why not get signed up?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a free way of actually playing our game of basketball.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
So, mate, if you're interested, contact your local association to learn a little bit more about it.
That's it. I might have to go and apply for one of those kneeling down. I don't think I'd qualify for a kids voucher these days, but I'll certainly be telling my youngsters about that one. That's for sure.
Well, mate, we can talk a little bit later on about walking basketball, mate. There's a program that's out there. It's called Walking Basketball. We'll have a little bit of chat about that a bit later on.
Yeah, I have heard about that one. That sounds like a good one, and good on your knees as well, I'd imagine.
Be good for both you and I, mate. I think. Yeah.
Really, Carrington ices that and one. Kicks the Hunters out to a 21-12 lead there. Just snuffs out a little early resurgence in the second quarter by the Sea Eagles. They found their go-to player just a little bit long on that shot there. Cleaned up on the defensive rebound there by Kyra Evans.
Looking like they're running into some horns action. Guinnesskin going straight at Blades.
Oh, good block there from Blades. Straight up and down there. Kids, if you're watching that, good defence on that low post.
Turn it over again. Coach Rad's not very happy about it. Wants his team to be composed coming out of that timeout.
Bianca Blades making it tough for Rachel McGuinness inside now. It's a good matchup, that one.
Evans can't find the triple. Lauren Walker. Once again, Evans on the glass, taking care of business.
Yeah, really making it hard for Rachel McGuinness in the paint at the moment. But she found a way to get through that one after that attention from Bianca Blades for the two. Takes it to 23-12 in the Hunters' way, just under 6 minutes until half-time.
I think Manly were thinking that might have been a double dribble.
Yeah.
And here comes the Hunters on the break.
Good position underneath the basket. It's great to see the big players running those lanes nice and hard. I think Rachel McGuinness was the second person down there after a teammate, Elise and John, to get that rebound and got that good position nice and early.
The referee just having a chat to coach of Manly about the assistant coach standing up. As you know in the rules, it can only be one coach standing. Good defense there by Manly, and they're on the break now. Tough shot, way to get it off.
Yeah.
You watched the Boomers game last night, Dave?
I watched a little bit of it there. A little bit disappointing for our green and gold against Canada. But again, it's a new team, new players, a couple of late additions there as well. They'll gel with plenty of time for the big games to come, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Look, they've got another game tonight. I think Baines will be back in tonight to play for them. But in the meantime, we've got a game on our hands here.
Absolutely. It's the beauty of our game. You can watch it at, at the top level and at the state level as well, all in the space of 24 hours.
Yeah, plenty of basketball for all those basketball junkies out there. Oh, nice high-low action.
Pass. Good pass at the top there.
The two bigs working together.
Yeah, very nice. Good spot at the top of the key there on those elbows for all the bigs. Turn around and sight those players running hard at the basket.
Yeah, tough basket. They just can't seem to find it when they take the bump down there on the drive. It just seems that the Hunters have got the upper hand here at the moment.
Absolutely. Bonnie Frost there with a couple of points, just kicking it out to 27-13. Nice and open, Henderson. Got to ice there to give him some confidence. Good rebound, though. Straight back out to her.
And settle it down.
5 seconds on the shot clock there. They've got to look at getting it away nice and early.
Oh.
Banks it off the glass.
The banks are open. The banks are open.
Absolutely. Josie Bullman there. They needed that. They needed a little bit of respite on the scoreboard, and they certainly got it with that three off the glass right on the shot clock hooter.
Once again, the pressure defense and the double team forcing the Hunters to take a tough shot.
Straight out to the top again.
Ooh. Looking for the second bank, but didn't come off.
With the gap they've got, the Hunters, I think they'd be happy for them to shoot from downtown the way they're going at the moment. Not too concerned about getting out there and getting a hand in the face of the shooter on that three-point line.
Tough shot. Ooh.
Push that way, heading back in. A couple of new faces coming in for the Sea Eagles. Caitlin Hale coming in for the first time for the game, and Danielle Shepherd joining her as well in the backcourt.
And for the Hunters, Jessica Ralph comes in and gives Elise St. John a little rest after that foul. Tough shot again.
Ward, strong defensive rebound there. Amelia Radavetta there, getting that there, getting it done inside, rotating through those bigs pretty well.
Seems that the Manly aren't real settled in their offense. They're a little bit tentative with the ball. You know.
Absolutely. Time out there to the Sea Eagles. Just need to settle a little bit. They're scrapping with the points when they can. A bit more consistency on that attacking front would certainly help their cause, I think. And it just seems that the Hunters are nice and comfortable at the moment with how it's all going. They hold an 11-point lead here as we've got about 2 minutes 49 until half-time. Now, Basketball New South Wales is excited to announce the continuation of the Sydney Kings HSC program for 2020, which is delivered in partnership with Cedar College and the Sydney Kings. The program is aimed at years 11 and 12 students, providing them with opportunity to complete their HSC studies within sport and community settings. If you want to learn more, you can visit www.cedarcollege.nsw.edu.au to find out some more details. Great way to partner potentially in basketball with a good education.
Absolutely.
Certainly starting to see more of that, mimicking a little bit the college system over in the States, where players with great potential are getting that opportunity to further their studies and their basketball ambitions as well.
So, Dave, what do you think Coach Radden was talking to his players about in that timeout?
Mate, in terms of coaching, I think, as a former coach myself, I think it's just settle down. Try and hit those open shots. Take your time on those shots and don't rush. They're moving the ball around okay, I think, but they've just got to ice those shots when they get those opportunities. Too many missed shots is certainly killing them on the scoreboard at the moment.
Absolutely. The Hunters are away.
Yeah, why not have a look from there? Bonnie Frost just off to the side. It's plenty of opportunity for that shot, only just missed. With an 11-point lead getting into half-time, about 2 minutes away. Why wouldn't you chance your arm a little bit just to mix it up?
Yeah, poor pass into the post. McGinnison comes away with a tip away and then turns it over.
Another one there. That'll be something that Lisa Mason will probably have to talk to the Hunters about at half-time, I think. It's about the fourth time that they've passed the ball over the sideline and the baseline there without a finger on it.
Yeah, she's just saying to a player that you maybe need to rip it and go and look to go to the basket rather than throw the skip pass out of the post.
Yeah. Spin move.
Just can't seem to find that basket.
Gets the ball back though, well done. The go-to player again, Antonia Henderson.
The jump ball there, the possession will be in favour of the Sea Eagles. They seem to take all the right shots, Dave, but they just can't seem to find the basket now.
Yeah, that's right. I think there's a little bit of cling wrap over that one on that southern end at the moment.
4 seconds on the shot clock here for Manly to get a shot away. It's about execution here on the out of bounds.
Finds the play that you need to. Good pass. Oh, yeah, gets that. Well done. Caitlin Hale with her first points of the game.
Look, if Manly can just stay in touch within 10 points of this, I think the second half will be a really rip-roar of a game. But now they just need to come up with stops.
Oh, there's another one. It's the only blemish on the Hunters game at the moment, just those loose passes around the baseline and the sideline there, but I'm sure that's something easily rectified with a stern chat at half-time.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, they've sort of gone away from where they were at early in the first quarter, where they were driving and making the baskets. Now they're looking to pass the ball and haven't been able to find the right person.
Oh, big block there.
5 seconds on the shot clock here. Walker going to work. No good. Well, one thing we haven't seen a lot of in this game, Dave, is the fast break. They've just, not that they're walking it up the floor, but they've played in the half court a fair bit this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting way to go about it, but there are plenty of turnovers at both ends there, but neither of them have really put on the jet shoes to make the difference. Kyra Evans, though, she certainly did with a big three-pointer there.
Yeah, that's the versatility of Kyra. She's able to play inside and outside. She's one of our future stars in New South Wales.
Absolutely. Seagulls go-to player, Antonia Henderson there with the 2 points and one will go to the line. The push there against the Hunters player.
And Emily Crampton comes back in and gives Bonnie Frost the rest. Hunters just with their neck still in front by 10 points here.
Said it came off the Seagulls there, Antonia Henderson. Hunters get the ball. Been a world of hurt, the Seagulls, if they didn't have Antonia Henderson available today. I can tell you what, she's keeping them in touch almost single-handedly at the moment. Seems to be their main player. She certainly needs to be. Oh, long way downtown. We hit half-time. Right here it is, a 10-point lead to the Newcastle Hunters, a 30-20. Mate, it's been a pretty good one, though a little bit frustrating for the coaches, I'd imagine, on a few aspects for both teams, but certainly setting it up nicely. 10 points isn't insurmountable in this game. Just a little bit of focus from both teams, and they'll be fantastic. Your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as I said, I think if they can stay in touch, Manly, against the Hunters, they'll, they could be there at the end. They've just got to find their way a little bit around the basket. They've taken all the right shots, but just don't seem to be knocking the ones down that they need to at the time, Dave. So, and then for Newcastle, well, it's about limiting your turnovers, as you said earlier. They've thrown the ball out of bounds 5 or 6 times in a row. They just need to find the open man early, and then go back to what was working for them early in that first quarter, where they'll put it on the floor and get into the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if they had maintained that sort of inside presence, they could be upwards of nearly 20 points in ahead with the level of players and the height of the players that they have in around that middle there. But just shifting it a little bit, trying to hit those baskets from the outside, I think, may have drawn it a little bit closer than they would have liked heading into half-time.
Yeah, look, to Manly's credit, they've done a really good job on the defensive side, on the double team in the post. They obviously know that that's where they're going to Evans and McGinniskin and Radavia when she comes in. So they've done a really good job on being able to double team down there, and they're switching everything else. So it's like for like. So they've done a fairly reasonable job. Hence, they're only 10 points away from what the Hunters have been able to put on the glass or on the board this half.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we're going to go to a break in a sec, but before we do, this Sunday during half-time of the Championship Men's Grand Final, be sure to tune in as Basketball New South Wales will be announcing the 2019 Basketball New South Wales Hall of Fame inductees. The 2019 Basketball New South Wales Hall of Fame dinner will be held on Saturday, the 2nd of November at Ridge's Mount Panorama. Tickets are on sale now. You can head on over to the website, www.bnsw.com.au/state conference to learn more. That'll be a fantastic one there. We'll join you back here at the Breakers very, very shortly, and look forward to your company throughout the day. Well, we are back for the second half of this youth women's semi-final. It is the Newcastle Hunters leading by 10 points over the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Scotty, a quick recap of the scorers, the main scorers for the first half.
Yeah, so Newcastle Hunters' leading scorer is Kyra Evans. She's got 14. Emily Crampton, she has 8, and Rachel McGinniskin has 6. And for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, we have, as we said, we thought, Antonia Henderson 10, Bianca Blades 4, and Josie Buntman 3.
Yeah, playing a lone hand at the moment for the Seagulls there, Antonia Henderson. And the 3 big scorers of the year for the Hunters doing what they do best, leading them to that 10-point lead. Just missed a shot there nice and early, but turnover from Rachel McGinniskin. Pretty much started the same sort of way. Nice drive. Big block there from Evans. Plenty of Newcastle support on the sideline. Plenty of green, Hunter green as they call it.
The bottle green, huh?
Yes, very nice, like the sea, just in and around Stockton.
Yeah. Kate Kingham comes away with the steal there. Ooh, looking to pull the trigger early.
Oh, mate, she just Mick Jaggered that. It just lipped out.
They're looking to go to the horns action. Back to their stud.
And strength on the defensive end there just to keep the Seagulls away from that offensive rebound.
Oh, trying to go up and under. McGinniskin comes up with it, no good. Hunter's ball. Last touch by the Seagulls. 13 seconds on the shot clock here.
Plenty of time to make some points there, just to open that lead a little bit further.
Switching defense again.
Oh, good touch there from Henderson. Finds the open player.
Walker on the break.
And finishes in that one. Just brings it into with 8 points there, the Seagulls.
That's the exact start that Coach Radden would have liked. And probably what he spoke about in his halftime break. Got to be the first to score in the third quarter.
Yes.
Stay in touch.
Yeah, they certainly haven't gone away from that hustle and annoying defensive style. Certainly doing plenty of work. But again, a bit of a mismatch there with McGinniskin able to find those points.
Bit of fancy footwork there too,
yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, very nice. She's done a few spins in the first half there, and using her size and making plenty of room there. Good work. She doesn't make it in basketball. She's always got Dancing with the Stars or something like that to consider, I think.
Yeah. Twinkle toes.
Yes, very nice. Good balance. And, good touch as well. Managed to get the block. And the Seagulls do maintain possession.
2 seconds on the shot clock here. They've got to get some execution.
Find the open player quick and get that up.
Evans with the block. Too big.
Too big. Henderson coming back on the defence with a smile on her face. Not much she could do there with the clock and Kiara Evans to contend with, that's for sure.
And once again, go into their strengths. They throw it in early to McGinniskin and she draws the foul. She's at the charity stripe.
Drains that one, kicks out to 11-point lead for the Hunters.
And successive with both those. So the Seagulls just getting organised, set it up.
Finding it there. Finding Henderson, gives it out, and just in and out on that one.
Maybe the King Rats moves to the other end, Dave, this quarter, or this half.
It's followed them around, it seems. Hopefully they can bust through it. Doesn't take much to get through Klingrat, but certainly doesn't help. Travel call there. At least that call's going the Seagulls' way at the moment.
Looks like she dragged a pivot foot there, and the referee picked up on it.
nice move there. Plenty of speed showed by Zoe Miller. Finds Antonia Henderson, kicks it out to Blades. Back to Henderson.
And the skip. Manly seem to move the ball quite well, but they just can't seem to find the...
Yeah. Just about everyone covered on that play at the end, but certainly found the players. Plenty of hustle from the Seagulls to start this second half.
Little flare pick.
Just bounced in and out there.
Took a bit of a bump along the way. No foul called, but...
Nice crossover dribble there. Strong rebound in traffic. Kicks it out to Zoe Miller. Zoe Miller. Oh!
So close.
As in the first half, it seems they're being able to find some open space when they do move that ball around. Just can't get them to drop.
Another travelling violation.
Another opportunity with the ball, the Seagulls. They scored the first points of that half, but just been deserting the point scoring in the last, minute or two. A couple of times down the court and just unable to capitalise.
Inside to Antonio, no good.
St John gets the ball up, is found on the way. And pushing foul there on number 12, Danielle Shepherd. Well, both clubs would be pretty happy looking to the future with the standard of players and commitment from both teams here, and the players, if they can retain them, their squads are going to be solid right through to the senior women's and beyond for the next few years, I think.
Yeah, I mean this is the breeding ground for that for the champ women and and also in the youth league men, the champ men. So some of these players also back up and play there already as rookies. But there's that stifling double teaming defence.
Shepherd gets the ball, controls it, looks to Blades. Blades got an open run to the lane. Managed to get it, plenty of attention though from McGinniskin. Able to score their points. Doing okay, chipping away there, Bianca Blades. Managed to getting a few more points on the board.
Got the friendly, user-friendly roll there on that shot.
Oh, inside pass into the lane, picked off by the Seagulls, taken to town by Zoe Miller. Looks for the bump, finds it. Oh!
Anderson can't find it. Once again, taking all the right shots.
Yeah. End-to-end stuff, getting that rebound on the defensive end against a much taller opposition. Henderson drives it in this time. Oh, same again.
Wing wrap still up there.
It certainly is. Those bread and butter plays that you practice each and every week of training. When they don't fall, there's not much you can do. You start double guessing yourself, questioning are you doing the right thing. You change it up a little bit, and you find yourself in all sorts of hurt. So they've got to stick solid here, the Seagulls, and just keep going at it.
Jump ball called there on the ball was loose on the ground. Lisa Mason wants to talk about it, so she calls a timeout to the Hunters. The Hunters are leading 35-24.
It's 5-4 essentially since half time, Scotty. So it's a little bit closer than it was at the start of the game, but it is the Hunters that lead by 11 points, still maintaining that gap. It certainly is an interesting one. Both teams are sticking to what they know, and it looks like it could be more right through this quarter.
Yeah, definitely. So folks, Dream Hoops round 2 is just open. Dream Hoops is a program launched earlier this year to help kids in need while learning valuable life skills. Head on over to www.bnsw.com.au/Dream Hoops to learn more. Round 2 funding closes on the 4th of October this year.
Dream Hoops, that sounds like a fantastic program as well.
Yeah, it's funding for kids that are in need. the applications go out to the associations. The associations help the kids apply for the funding, and then the funding gets distributed, and the kids get a wonderful pack from Dream Hoops, and they get some financial assistance to help them go through their season or their representative season or their basketball season, whatever it might be.
Yeah, good one helping out. It's such a great, social level of basketball. Anyone can play it. You don't have to, have the fanciest gear. As long as you've got a ball and something to chuck it in, you can achieve those hoop dreams, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So with 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go here, the Hunters are still in the lead. Manly just can't seem to find the rim around the basket.
Good pass across court there, finding the open player, just unable to get it from downtown. Kind of looking settled. Only 3 minutes to go in this quarter. Geez, that's gone quick.
Referee picks up a double dribble there on Jessica Ralph.
We've been talking about how they're settling into this second half in the third quarter, and it's not too far off from being done. They certainly have settled into it. It's been very enjoyable this quarter. Got to get it up there. Oh, and a putback. It's worked out quite well for the Seagulls there with Shepherd getting that rebound, popping it in. Mrs. Henderson let it fly as the shot clock went down.
Getting it back to single digits, 9 points now. 35-26.
Yeah, importantly for the confidence of the Seagulls, though, they're winning this quarter.
And once again, back inside to the MVP.
Oh, no basket there.
Crampton's been called for the push in the back.
Yeah. Probably a good call as well for the Seagulls. Gives them a little bit of hope to narrowing that lead again. A good lead there, Zoe Miller for the Seagulls are looking to take it forward. Good switch on defence there from the Hunters. Straight into traffic. Just off one of the Hunters players there. Seagulls retain the ball. 10 seconds on the clock. Shot clock.
Shot clock, he wants it at 13. Stays at 10.
Stays at 10. Plays at the top of that key at that elbow there. All just not as direct as it probably should have been, that pass. Resulted in a foul, blocking foul against the Hunters. Seagulls get the ball again, 14 seconds, put back on to the shot clock.
It's McGinniston second.
Collins Blades down low, pops it up and puts it in. Very solid game there.
Yeah, she's come off the bench too, Dave, so she's been a real impact player.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably hovering around the 8 to 10 point mark at the moment, I think. But a big defensive job as well on the Hunters, Rachel McGinniston. So certainly working pretty hard for the Seagulls and doing a good job as well. Oh, nice 3-point there.
Tough shot by Kate Kingham.
Kate Kingham. Starting to get a little bit of wind in their sails, the Seagulls. That might have taken a little puff out of it. But they're still attacking the basket. Good shimmy there from Henderson. Drives hard on the left hand. Shot doesn't fall, but they do retain the ball with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Nice execution on the out-of-bounds play there. Once again, Bianca Blades just takes it off the glass. Back to 7 again. Back to 7 again here, Dave. We need to come up with a stop.
Yeah, double team and defence down there, making sure that the Hunter Bigs aren't having it all their own way. But that one out of the piss, that was like a little shot straight out of a cowboy movie, straight out of the holster and up on the glass for 2 points to the Hunters.
Big tough shot, mate.
Unbelievable. That ball was down near her car keys in her pocket there.
Absolutely.
Good drive from Henderson. Got to finish those off the glass when you can have a look at them. A little bit of frustration there. It's a foul called against her. Just across the arms for that one.
Both teams looking to get some fresh legs in. Walker checks back in. Along with Caitlin Hale.
Yeah, the first time we've seen Hale and Blades on the court, I think, for the Sea Eagles. A little bit more height there, balances up a little bit. Gives them some good defensive coverage there.
Rampton on the drive.
On the drive, can't stop that.
Takes it back out to 11. They just seem to weather the storm for a couple of possessions, and then, the Hunter, as they say, have the answers.
Yeah, interesting shift though for the Hunter with those subs. They've gone a little bit smaller than they have done most of the game there. I dare say they'll probably look to exploit some of that speed and outside shooting. Draw those players out, especially those bigs in Blades and Hale, and then look to start feeding them inside. We'll see if that plays out.
Walker calling for the on ball.
Yeah, about a few seconds difference. Yeah, nice ball there from Henderson. Straight in. It's on 8 seconds, 7 seconds remaining to quarter time. Time for one more play here.
Pull back. No good.
No good quarter time here, and it is only 9 points. Just in that quarter, it looks like that the Sea Eagles certainly put it out there, just winning that quarter 12 points to 11, but the Hunters had that healthy lead at halftime, 41-32, heading into the final quarter. Mate, it has been an absolute beauty of a quarter there. It set the game up nicely. It's a little bit closer than what we thought, and it looks like it's going to be a barnstorming finish right here.
Absolutely, Dave. I think we'll see both teams ramp it up a little bit in this last quarter, being the money quarter. Everything has to be left on the court. The winner of this game goes through to the big GF, to the big dance. So, everyone's season's on the line here right now. So you'll see that the effort levels will probably rise. There'll be more desperation and from both teams, and the team that wants it the most will probably get it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if both teams stick to what they're doing, they are both in with a good show there. No need to rapidly depart from what the game plan is by either coach, and I think it is going to be a barnstorming finish. Probably enough of a gap for the Hunters to probably rest on their laurels a little bit, but it is not far enough for them to totally clock off, as it were.
Yeah, that's right. So both coaches will be addressing their players about this being the big quarter. So hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see a bit of a run from Manly and see what the Hunters can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fantastic finish here. Now, don't forget, Spalding is the official ball partner to Basketball New South Wales, and you can grab your own one so you can be like one of the stars of either the Sea Eagles or the Hunter. Play in your own driveway, in your own hall, whatever it is. Just visit Basketball New South Wales online store at www.bnsw.com.au to purchase yours today. Quality balls, quality manufacturers, that's for sure. They are the big name when it comes to basketball here in New South Wales.
So we're seconds away from the final quarter getting underway. It's Hunter's ball on the possession arrow. Manly need to come up with a couple of stops early just to wedge this thing back to at least 5 points and make a real game of it coming down the stretch.
Yeah, if they can get it within a handful, anything could happen. But if Hunter can hold strong, I think they'll be very confident as the longer the quarter goes on. That's for sure. But a call like that certainly helps their confidence getting another look.
The foul was assessed to number 14, Josie Bullman, holding on the rebound.
Oh, strong ball, just out muscled. Too big, too strong. Rachel McGuinness gets that rebound and puts it back. Plenty of traffic, though, for her to contend with. This opens up the lead to 11 again for Hunter.
Newcastle fans are happy with that call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice block by Kate Kingerman, then a foul. She draws the foul. Bullman will be going to the bench on her third personal foul after that. Not the start that Coach Rad would have wanted. Once again, going to the interior.
Oh, good defence there from the Seagulls, just shepherding it towards that baseline. She did manage to keep it alive, but the Seagulls have grabbed it. Looking at bringing it down court. They really do need to score in the next couple of plays to set them up for this quarter.
Going to the horns action, little pick and pop. That would have been nice if that had gone down. The Seagulls extending their defence up the floor.
Yeah, still plenty of coverage though on their key players, and just a little bit of double team action there as they reset on the way back down. Might have to look at ramping up that defence. They get that turnover there on that occasion.
Just a poor angle to throw the ball into the post when you're at that angle. Coach Mason would like him to take it down a bit further and get a better angle to feed the post.
Yeah, Hunters there looking to isolate and cut off Zoe Miller. Found the open player.
Walker for three.
Oh, needed that. Good rebound though. Henderson kicks it back out. You're going to have another look at it.
Comes a single screening action.
Oh, good drive left-handed. Oh, just a bit too much.
Can't seem to find that basket.
Yeah, that was like when you go and see your nan getting a big kiss. Too big, in fact, off the glass on that one. Around the body pass there, just goes to a jump ball. Seagulls get the ball.
Big shout out to the floor wipers over there from the Gosford Association.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. Very much underrated, the floor wipers are certainly an important part of the game of basketball. I'll tell you one thing, the floor hasn't gotten any softer when you come down from a great height. So doing a great job looking up at the safety of the players. Yeah, just bounced in there, plenty of traffic. Antonia Henderson. A good defensive effort as well from her. Hunter though regather the ball on that loose ball, looking at bringing it back down. Elise St John calling the shots. Bonnie Evans at the top. Need that one. Just hasn't fallen for them all game thus far, the Seagulls. They're doing a great job holding, being so close.
Well, I guess that's the tough thing when you're playing on a neutral ground.
Yeah.
You know, you're so used to playing at home, and you know, half your games are played at home during the season, and you're playing on your home court.
Off the side of the backboard there. Turn over to the Seagulls.
Henderson trying to turn McGuinness, get inside out.
Oh, just blocked that, swatted that one away. Yeah, rough calculation the Seagulls have managed to make on many of those shots that they've missed. They'd be a lot closer and might have even been in front.
Absolutely, Dave, I think. Look, we're nearly at that midway point where, you know, if you don't start to make your run, then you could leave your run a little bit too late.
Another one just rolling over the top of the basket there. Antonia Henderson has had a pretty good game thus far. Certainly been putting a lot of effort in for the Seagulls at both ends of the court. Bonnie Frost comes back in for the Hunters. Quiet achiever number 22 for the Newcastle team. Grabbed herself a couple of points, doing well as well, and getting the ball to where it needs to be.
Seagulls just haven't been able to find that basket from the perimeter. And as you said, Dave, there earlier in your comment, that had they made a few of those, then you know this game could possibly be a whole lot closer than it is.
Yeah, definitely would be. Oh, good defensive stop there. Managed to keep the ball alive, but just bats it back to the Hunters. Crampton taking it on. Has a bit of a tough shot around the body there of Henderson, but she's able to get the ball back. Drives it straight at the hole. Hits it over to Antonia. Grabs one. Plenty of noise here. We thought it was all Newcastle Hunters supporters, but a fair few Sea Eagles fans here as well, by the sounds of it.
Come up with a steal. Henderson on the break. In the blades.
Oh.
Crucial turnover.
Yeah, right idea there. Just didn't get it where she needed it. Definitely needed that basket to keep in touch. Timeout to the Hunters.
Probably a good timeout right now just to settle the troops.
Yeah.
You know, just go back to the game plan and go over it again and say, you know, don't panic. Because, you know, 5 minutes is a long time in a game of basketball that's fully timed. So,
yeah, most definitely have drawn it back to 7 points though, so it is within striking distance for the Sea Eagles. So if you're out there supporting Manly Warringah and aren't here, it's going to be a good one. Make sure you stay tuned because it is a fantastic day of basketball action here on the Central Coast. Basketball New South Wales would like to thank their official partners, the New South Wales Office for Sport, Spalding, Carney Sports Marketing, PCYC, Exeter College, New South Wales, Sydney Kings, and Sydney Uni Flames and Allied Couriers. Thanks to them for bringing you all of this action courtside.
first team back on the floor is Manly. They're ready to go. Off that little run.
The good thing is for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, none of them look too flustered at the moment. They you know, sometimes when you've got about a point lead with 5 minutes to go, people start looking a little bit frazzled, but they still look pretty focused. Coach Rad has certainly got their minds on the job with that 5 minutes remaining.
Unlucky. Great defence there. Yeah, by Zoe Miller. Putting pressure on the guards now. They're up the floor. They're extended. This is where, you know, when mental fatigue kicks in and crucial turnovers happen. And I'm guessing that's what Coach Rad's plan is, to disrupt the guards from them so they can't get it to their studs. In McGinniskin.
Oh.
A little high-low action.
Yeah, just clipped her on the back of the head there. The two bigs combining. It's hard enough containing one tall timber player in the paint, but when you've got two, you certainly have a luxury, able to draw that defensive pressure over and find the other player open in that case.
Evans misses the first. The pressure of playing in the finals. These are the ones that are really crucial.
Oh, misses the second as well. Would have given them a nice little breather there, but still remains at 7. The Sea Eagles are confident that they can score here. A little bit long on that side again from Henderson. Finds Shepherd in the paint. Way too much attention there from the Hunters. A big wall of hands, unable to penetrate through that one.
Crampton for a triple.
Oh.
And they're the little 1%ers, Dave, that you know, with just on 4 minutes to go here, you know, you don't want your team to be throwing the ball away.
Yeah, she just overran that one a little bit, Antonia Henderson, and just had to reach back for it, but was just a little bit too far behind her. They got it out in front of her. She would have had a clear run, basically, to the basket. Hunters making a change there.
Well, I think it's a blood change. I think Evans has a scratch. Has been scratched on her arm, and it's a blood rule. So the manager will be trying to fix it up to get her back into the game.
They'll need her height and experience and her point-scoring abilities as they head deep into this final quarter. Little turnover there as they get the ball back from the sideline. The Sea Eagles, plenty of good pressure on all their key players at the moment defensively.
It's interesting, Dave, when you have a look at some of the scores throughout the season, you know, they've been scoring 70, 60, 70 points a game. Come finals time, you know, here we are with 3 minutes to go, and, you know, it's a 43-36. So, you know, whether it's the pressure or whether it's just the defence, finals basketball brings out the best in most teams.
Well, exactly, especially in an elimination final type situation like this, where if you do go down, you are done for the season. And with the glory of the grand final only 24 hours away, you really want to put that effort in to make sure that you've got a spot there.
So I'd say the other semi-final has finished out on court 1. So one team will be pretty happy to be there. We'll just do a check-in on that in a minute and just see who won that first semi-final.
Yeah, it's a good one, that first semi-final between the North Bears and the Central Coast Crusaders in this youth women's competition. We will have an update of who that is, and we'll know for sure, I'm hoping, in the next 3 minutes who will be joining them in the grand final. Good points there from the Bigs Amelia Radavetta for the Hunters. Been a solid player, big body coming in, giving their starters a rest in the paint there.
So Evans is going to check back in.
Oh, drains that three. That's a handy one to have. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Turns it back to 7 there.
I think the referee said a foot was on the line there, Dave, and only gave her a 2. Oh, nice little give and go.
The crowd starting to get behind the Hunters here. Plenty of a bottle green in and around the commentary booth here. You can hear everyone cheering, even as far away as wherever you are. With plenty of great people tuning in for the coverage of the Waratah League finals from right around the world.
So the North Bears, mate, are the first team into the grand final with a 71-53 victory over the home team.
Yeah, good effort there from the Bears. So they've booked one spot. We're going to find out in just on 2.5 minutes who is going to join them. Rachel McGuinness getting adds there from the foul line. Just takes it out to an 8-point lead.
Yeah. Antonio trying to put the...
good hustle there from Shepherd. Getting down low.
The long arms of the law once again. Evans gets her fingers to the ball and rejects the shot.
They can't die wondering now. They're going to have to start blazing away, trying to accumulate as many points as they can each time they get down the floor. Hunters in the box seat. There's still plenty of time. 1 minute 50 timeout called by the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, Coach Rad wants to talk about it, maybe get up the floor. They're going to need some quick, easy hitters. Yeah, with 1 minute 50 to go. It's still a long time, but you know, you got to make a run. You got to make it now.
Yeah, it's always tough though when you think you've got your opposition bigs where they should be under the basket, and they come and snake out and well, get a finger on your outside shot as you sit there. You've got to make sure that they find that open player and, more importantly, make those shots. Now, thanks to CSM, the official apparel supplier to Basketball New South Wales. Everyone is looking fantastic in their gear. Referees, officials, right across the board. It is an absolute winner. So make sure you check them out if you need any sports and training gear. Well, they're in the box seat at the moment, the Hunters, Scotty. It's theirs to lose. But with a bit of pressure from the Sea Eagles, anything could happen in this minute 50, and it usually does in big games of basketball, like you said, when they are fully timed out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like the Sea Eagles would be the underdogs, finishing 3rd this season in the regular season. So all the pressure's on Coach Mason and the Hunters, who were the minor premiers, to get this job done. As you said, it doesn't matter what happens during the regular season. You can be the minor premiers, and if you lose this major semi-final, then you're done for the season. So the Seagulls need to find somewhere here to execute, get some points. Is it going to come in Henderson?
Big pressure, defensive pressure there from Kate Kingham. It was all over a couple of players there from the Seagulls, certainly working and hustling on that defensive end. Just over a minute and a half remaining in this match.
And the Seagulls actually in foul trouble. The next foul they occur. You see the Hunters at the free throw line. And the kick out. Can Henderson get the three?
Oh, story of their game. Nice and open there, but just unable to sink it. Really needed that one.
That goes down, and it's a 5-point ball game. Evans being patient with it. McGinnis can go into work, no good. Henderson on the punch ahead. You got to get an early score here.
Finding the numbers 4 on 3, runs straight into traffic, gets the foul though.
So we're under a minute to go. We'll see Henderson at the free throw line. She needs to make both these and then extend the pressure up the floor. They've got to come up with steals and stops.
And as you said, clean steals and stops as well, considering they are in foul trouble. Thanks that second one. Well done, Felicity Henderson there.
The Hunters just need to get it through sets of hands and find the open person. And then McGinnis Kingham can shoot the three.
They gets the ball back though.
Possession is the big thing here.
Just eating up more time on the clock. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Big rebounds from Evans there. And the foul called against Blades. Just over 30 seconds remaining here. Looks pretty safe for the Hunters at the moment with that lead.
Coach Rad wants to talk about it.
Timeout, 7 points the difference here in the second semi-final. North Bears have already booked their spot in tomorrow's grand final in the youth women. The crowd's certainly building plenty of noise here today, that's for sure. It's only game number 2. There's not going to be... I tell you what, if you sold Strepsils, you would be making a killing by the end of the day, Scotty, because everybody's going to be yelling and screaming, and they will be hoarse. They'll need a little bit of respite for their throats, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I've got my Strepsils with me, mate, because we've got a few games to call today.
Absolutely.
So the teams are coming back onto the floor here with 31 seconds remaining in this game. You would seem to think the Hunters might have this right now if they just get through their offense. Evans at the free throw line because that last foul put the Seagulls over the registered stripe.
Takes it to 8 points there.
It's going to be tough to recover from this one. Stranger things have happened, but Dave.
Yeah, it certainly has. Only 29 seconds remaining. They do trail by 9. A couple of big threes, and all of a sudden the Cat is amongst the Pigeons. Or the Seagulls, anyway.
Blades for a bank. No good. Evans cleans it up.
Finds that. Plenty of time. 13 seconds remaining on the game clock. Just got to maintain possession there. Passes around with 10 seconds remaining. So they'll go to the line there. Hands foul. 2 shots.
You'll think this thing is done if she makes these 2 free throws. Mate, the credit to Manly, they've had a really good crack at it. They just haven't been able to find the basket, mate. Frost makes the first. Pretty much puts it in doubt now.
Much 10-point lead there. 10 seconds remaining. Good rebound there.
Clock's ticking. So shoot the three, Lauren Walker. McGinniskin cleans up the rebound.
And that's all she wrote. It is a 10-point win to the Newcastle Hunters. Well done to them. 39 for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. They did play okay. Just didn't quite get the baskets that they needed to keep in touch. Defensively was strong. Had a good season, a good game. Fantastic effort by Antonia Henderson, by far the star for the Maroon and Whites. But across the board on the Hunters, well, they've got some big-time players who came up with some big-time points and some big-time plays. They are looking good tomorrow as they take on Norths, the Bears. It's going to be a beauty.
Absolutely. I think it'll be a rip-roarer, you know. Both those teams have gone head-to-head this season, and grand finals can bring out the best in teams, Dave. So congratulations to Lisa Mason and the Newcastle Hunters, and Renee Garlop and the North Sydney Bears. They'll feature in the grand final against each other tomorrow morning here at the Breakers Stadium on the Central Coast.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Good thing is about the Hunters, they aren't looking or celebrating too much at the moment. They know the job's only half done, but they've got one hand on the trophy. Make sure you stick around. Some big games happening right across the streaming here on Basketball New South Wales. You can catch the Central Coast Crusaders against the Penrith Panthers. That's all coming up in Division 1 Youth Men. You want to flip over and check out the Division 2 Youth Men. The St George Saints are up against the Coffs Harbour Suns. We'll be here all day, Scotty. We'll see you in a little bit. Go get some more strepsils, mate. We'll look after you. Plenty of big games to come here as we get through the basketball.
Thanks, Dave.
No worries, mate. Thanks,
Cheers.
everyone.